So your perception of India might be a little bit like this. But let me tell you, in the south, there's a place called Kerala, and it is stunningly beautiful. No one around, peaceful and calm. Check this place out.
Welcome to Kerala, India, but not the India you've seen before. No crowds, no chaos, just lush landscapes, quiet streets, and a rhythm that moves slower. In this video, I'm going to show you a side of India you've never seen before. A clean, quiet, and beautiful one. Let's dive in.
So here we are in Kochi, Kerala, India, and this place has significant history when it comes to colonization. First, Portuguese came in 1500, next the Dutch came in 1660, and then finally the British in 1818 or something like that. And then in 1947, India gained independence. But this is a cool industrial, commercial hub where lots of business went down. And you can see the old pieces of architecture from those times. Really cool place to begin our Kerala trip and just wander around this area before we head out to other areas. So let's check it out.
Our journey begins in Kochi, where history is evident at every corner. First, we stepped into Jewtown, an area that's seen centuries of stories unfold. You'll notice it's unlike any other bustling parts of India. The streets are calm, almost timeless. It has an old synagogue standing as a testament to Kerala's diverse past. I loved that every tile on the floor was individually hand-painted. As for other religions, Islam and Christianity, of course along with Hinduism, blend harmoniously together. Truly a lesson for the rest of the world. And now our journey through Kochi brings us to the most iconic part, the Chinese fishing nets, which have been in use for over 600 years. They were introduced by Chinese traders under the rule of Kublai Khan.
Chinese net and Portuguese technology.
Portuguese technology. Counterbalancing 1000 kilogram. 700 is old. Every 5 minutes up and down.
Operated by local fishermen, the nets dip into the Arabian Sea in a slow rhythmic motion. It's hard to believe that these things have been around for over 600 years. Even though they're catching less fish than they used to, it's still very cool to see it still in use today.
Oh, we got fish.
What kind of fish?
Mullets.
Oh, this is looking good.
That is it for these Chinese fishing nets, Portuguese contraption. On to the next location. That was amazing.
Our journey now takes us out of Kochi and onto Munnar, but not before stopping for our first Indian meal.
We got some veg biryani and a big dosa for lunch. Let's go. Indian food, my top 3, easily. My very first meal here in India. We stopped at a very local spot. Veg biryani, $1. This dosa for like 90 cents, plain dosa. And let me tell you, it's so good. We came in like we're not hungry. Now we keep eating.
Rich with herbs and spices, simple and delicious. Alright, we're back on the road off to Munnar. And as we ascend in altitude, the air becomes cooler, the sky a bit bluer, and the land transforms into a lush green sea of tea plantations. Well, that was an unexpected river crossing to say the least, along with these monkeys on the side of the road. And just like that, we have officially arrived to the hills of Munnar. We're stepping into a place with fascinating history. The tea plantations here were first established 200 years ago by the British, transforming what was once a dense forest into sprawling landscape of neatly terraced fields. Today, Munnar is not only famous for its stunning views, but also for being one of the largest tea growing regions in all of India. The workers here, mostly from local communities, have been tending to these plantations for generations now. The rhythm of life here moves slowly, much like the tea production itself, which takes time, care, and attention to detail. Which now brings us to one of the oldest tea factories in Munnar.
Made it to the tea factory. Time to do the tasting. Let's go.
I get a first-hand look at the entire process.
It smells so good.
This process hasn't changed much over the years, and there's something incredibly satisfying about seeing this time-honored tradition take place. I even got a chance to jump on one of the machines, see what it's like to load them up and pack the roller to get this process done. And there we have the second step complete. The leaves are rolled.
Those tea rollers were hilarious. It's like doing a little salsa dance with the tea roller. Wow, it's hot in here. There's the dryers behind.
And here the tea is finally dried and then separated using static before hitting the bag. I got to see some small leaf as well as some long loose leaf bagged up ready to go.
That's funny. It's the name of the company is Harrison Malayalam, and clearly that's from a British owner who initially started it. Now it's fully Indian owned, of course. But my last name's Harrison. My parents are British.
Malayalam, official language of Kerala.
That makes sense.
And of course, no visit to Munnar would be complete without a tea tasting. Sipping on freshly brewed tea made from the leaves that we just saw is quite a moment of appreciation for all of the hard work that goes into creating this tea.
Well, I wasn't gonna get a bag of tea, but for that price, come on now, 2 bags. My parents are British, so I gotta bring them back some tea. Least I could do. That's a lot of effort goes into selling these bags for 200 rupees. Wow.
At $2.30 a bag, I'm paying at least 5 to 10 times that back in Canada. As the day is winding down, we make our way to Anakulam to go see some wild elephants. And along the way, we even saw this pretty cool waterfall.
We made it down here to Anakulam, and there's a bunch of wild elephants in this pond.
Here, the elephants roam freely in the wild, and it's not uncommon to see them in their natural habitat, grazing or playing in the field. The sight of these gentle giants with their slow, deliberate movements perfectly matches the relaxed pace of life in Kerala. So the sun now is beginning to dip low over the mountains, and we're watching the elephants move throughout the landscape. Just look at how cute this baby elephant is. It couldn't have been born more than a month ago. So nice to see this area still connected to nature.
That wraps up one epic day here in Munnar. Now tomorrow we're gonna jump on a plane very early and fly up to Kannur. So see you in the morning bright and early for a flight.
Today, we fly north to Kannur. What I didn't expect was the flight to be this beautiful. Take a look at the mountains we were able to witness while we were flying only 1 hour away. What's in Kannur, you might ask? Well, it's something I've been wanting to see for years. Theyam. Theyam isn't just a festival. It's a sacred act of devotion that has been practiced for over 1,000 years, and it holds deep spiritual significance for the people of Kerala. The Theyam is performed in honor of local deities and ancestral spirits, and it is considered a form of divine communication. It is believed through this immersive experience, dancers transform into gods through their elaborate costumes, face paint, and powerful movement. The performers are not just people in costumes. They are believed to become the very embodiment of the deity they represent, channeling the divine through their every movement. It's a living tradition that involves the entire community. The audience is just as much a part of the ritual as the dancers themselves, with offerings, prayers, and songs all woven into the fabric of the ceremony. Unlike other performances I've seen throughout the world, this one is way different. You're watching real, raw beliefs and emotions, not a show for tourists, but for locals. When you're there, you're not just an observer, you're part of something much larger, something that transcends time.
That is a crazy Theyam experience. Woke up at 3:45 to get the morning session, and went well into the afternoon. That goes on for 5 days, and pretty crazy just the spiritual meaning of it all. When they believe that, or in the Hindu religion, believes that the God comes into the human form, so divine into human, and then they get to bless the people and put on a performance. It's so cool to see how devout everyone is.
So as we near the end of this Kerala journey, I make a final stop at the Bekal Fort, a place where history meets natural beauty. The fort stands proudly overlooking the Arabian Sea, a symbol of Kerala's strength and timeless charm. It's a perfect place to pause and reflect on everything we've experienced. And what I've concluded is Kerala isn't like the rest of India. It's quieter, more peaceful, and undeniably beautiful. From the streets of Kochi to the serene tea fields of Munnar and the spiritual depths of Kannur, Kerala is a reminder that beauty often thrives in simplicity. And this journey will stay with me for a long time after it's over. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Kerala. I hope you will consider adding it to your bucket list. It's the best place to start for any India trip.